Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on factoring trinomials. On the next two slides, I provide the lyrics of a rap song about factoring trinomials. Enjoy. Okay, here are the next three verses. Okay, the next slide has the lesson using three examples. Here we go. Factoring trinomials. Factor each of the following trinomials. The first one is m squared plus 5m plus 6. Now that is called a trinomial because there are three terms. Now we have to write that expression there using grouping symbols. That's what it means by factoring. Now here's the simple procedure. Here we have m squared. What two terms multiplied together give us m squared? M and m. That's quite straightforward. M times m is m squared. What two numbers multiplied together give us plus 6? Plus 3 and plus 2. 3 2's are 6. Now what happens with this plus 5m here? That's why we have these crosses. What we do a cross multiplication like this. 3 times m is 3m. 2 times m is 2m. 3m plus 2m is 5m. Because that cross multiplication adds up to 5m, those two numbers are correct. Because remember, we could have had, say, 6 and 1. But those two numbers are correct because the cross multiplication gives us 5m. So we know that the answer is correct and it's contained in that configuration. And here's how we write the answer. We write down m plus 3 times m plus 2. And that's how we write the answer. See, now we have factored that expression. And all you do, if you expand that, the way we did in previous videos, you'll end up with that expression there. Now we have to factorise k squared plus 2k minus 15. What two terms multiplied together give us k squared? K and k. That's straightforward. What two numbers multiplied together to give us minus 15? 5 and minus 3. That's definitely minus 15. Let's see if that configuration is correct by doing the cross multiplication. 5k, that's 5 times k gives us 5k, minus 3 times k gives us minus 3k. 5k minus 3k gives us 2k. There's our 2k. That configuration is correct. In other words, here's the answer. K plus 5 multiplied by k minus 3. That's the answer. The next one is 2y squared minus 11y plus 12. This is a little more involved, and I've just approached it a slightly different way, but the process is very similar. What two terms multiplied together give us 2y squared? 2y and y, that's very obvious. What two terms multiplied together to give us plus 12? Let's try minus 2 and minus 6, because we know when we multiply those two together, That gives us plus 12. Now let's see if they are correct, because the cross multiplication has to give us minus 11y. Remember, that's what we did in those first two examples. Minus 6 times 2y is minus 12y. Minus 2 times y is minus 2y. Minus 12y minus 2y is minus 14y. So we can't get minus 11y. So these two numbers, those two choices, are not correct. So we cross them out. Let's try another two numbers. Minus 3 times minus 4. That definitely gives us plus 12. So we know that those two numbers give us plus 12. Let's do the cross multiplication to see if we get minus 11y. Minus 4 times 2y is minus 8y. Minus 3 times y is minus 3y. Minus 8y minus 3y is minus 11y. That is now the correct answer. So we go 2y minus 3 times y minus 4. And that's the answer. So with examples like this, sometimes you might have to do a couple of experiments before you get the correct two numbers, but that's fine. That is quite acceptable. Let's move on to the next slide. So by introducing the rap song about factoring trinomials, Maths with Jacob has attempted to integrate mathematics, English and music.